Yeah.
Or ice. You are on the couch. From UG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make them mad, man. CWall every live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Coaching from the Couch. This is your DC Sports Weekly edition where we run down all of the happenings going on in DC sports. I see folks checking in and ready and amped. Time to get the conversation going. Check in. I see the CWall team is already checking in. Joy moderates the show every single week. Faye is one of our beloved team members as well. You absolutely have to say hello to my mama. Absolutely have to say hello to moms. And I know. There is a DC sports team playing right now. The Washington Wizards are playing. So it's like, okay, it's a lot going on as always. But what do we always have to do when we all check in? We have to make sure and I already see it here, like, love, tag, and share the show. Like, love, tag, and share the show because we get into all things, at least we try to get into all things DC sports. You all already know what it is. And this week is no different than any other week when we say, when is there a dull moment in DC sports? That is never. So for specifically this show, we're going to do just a quick hit update on the Washington Capitals, and then we're going to get into the Washington Wizards and then the Washington football team. So definitely bring your energy and all of your comments as we get into the conversation. So definitely give the show a like or love emoji if you are ready to get it started, everybody. So first things first, just a quick, like I said, update on the Caps. The Caps did fall this week in overtime to the Detroit Red Wings. So the Caps are now 4-0-3 so far on the season. We know the season is a marathon, not a sprint. So still much to come there. Do want to update you all that Caps forward TJ Oshie sustained a lower body injury on Wednesday versus Detroit, and he is now listed as week to week. So that is something to be watching out for. Also, here's a quick game day note to mention from Caps PR, and that is the Capitals have earned points in 7 straight games to start the season, tied for the second longest season opening streak in franchise history. So we'll see how the season continues to go. Something to watch out for. Wizards fans, let's just go ahead and get into the Wizards. Wizards fans, check in. Let me know how you're thinking, how you're feeling about the team so far. Because we know that it's early in the season, but still have a lot to discuss. Before we get into the Wizards, we do want to send our condolences to the family of Bob Ferry. Bob Ferry guided the Washington Bullets at the time to their only title in 1978. He was the general manager for 17 years, and he died this week at the age of 84. So Bob Ferry, he ran the Bullets from 73 to 1990, and during his tenure, the team made the playoffs 13 times in that 17-year span, including 3 final appearances. So we absolutely want to send the family of Bob Ferry our love and our condolences to them. Wizards fans, have you checked in? Checked in. So let's just go ahead and take a moment to talk about the Washington Wizards. Why don't we? So in the first 4 games of the season, the Wizards are 3-1 for the first time since 2017. So since the 2017-2018 season, they're 3-1. So this is the 5th time since 95 that Washington has won 3 of its first 4 games. I feel like that's like shouldn't be new news, or not necessarily new news. It's not about being new. It's almost like, is that bad? At any rate, whether or not it's bad or not, we'll just act like it's normal. So hey, tonight's starting 5, if you don't know already, take a look at it here. Aaron Holiday, Bradley Beal, we got KCP, Kyle Kuzma, and with Daniel Gafford dealing with his injury, Montrezl Harrell. Or I keep calling him Harrell. I think it's Harold. He's gonna check me on that one day. So let's talk about a bit tonight. Spencer Dinwiddie did not play against the Atlanta Hawks. The injury report, we know that Thomas Bryant is still out dealing with his left ACL injury. Daniel Gafford, who just got injured in the game against the Celtics, dealing with the right quad contusion. Anthony Gill is out with the right calf strain. We know Rui Hachimura, still want to send our blessings and shout out to Rui, is still not yet with the team. And Cassius Winston is dealing with the left hamstring strain. So wanted to mention all of that. So I asked the question on social media. And the question that I asked was, through the first part of the season, still early. We're still early, right? It's only a weekend. But I wanted to ask, because I really wanted to know what people thought. Who so far is the leader on the court? Who? Like in real life, who is the leader so far from what we've seen? And I want you all to drop in the chat exactly who you are thinking the leader currently is. Now, when I asked this on social media, I got a resounding, the leader right now on the court is Montrezl Harrell. Here's what I know. I can tell you who the leader is not right now, and the leader is not Bradley Beal at this time. For everyone who said that Montrezl Harrell, and I see comments here, I see your comment, Daryl, in terms of it being Kyle Kuzma, and I see your comment, Cameron, in terms of Harold being the leader. As I mentioned, a resounding is Montrezl. Again, who it's not right now is Bradley Beal. I agree with everybody. What I have seen, and I'm going to show you all in a moment. I have to get to this because I wanted to share this last week. And because we were tight on time and had a lot to cover per usual, I didn't get to it. But I want to share something with you all from the season opener. And this was the moment I knew we're going to have fun with Montrezl. This one is a good one. Check out this clip from the season opener press conference.
For John with Drake, or were you talking to someone else?
Nah, hey, yeah, let's go and clear that right now. Hey, look, I need my money back first, NBA. I definitely need my money back because that definitely shouldn't have been no tech. If so, you got to give it to me and the coach. Me and Drake was laughing. There was no problems there. Me and Drake cool, even talked after the game. It was cool conversation, but it turned left when the coach started chiming in behind the bench, thinking that barking is something that's gonna shake me. Yeah, sound good. Yeah. I don't need all Toronto on my bumper now. Don't start DMing me. Get out my Instagram now. Like, me and Drake cool, y'all.
Trying to get out tonight.
You feel me?
I'm sorry. I was like, OMG. And one of my media colleagues, you all know Karita Parks, who's also one of the 4 hosts, all of us on the Triple Dub podcast. We were on the Zoom call and we were texting each other back and forth. And I was like, hey, listen, Montrez, this is going to be fun right here. I appreciate it because right off the bat, he's going to keep it real. That's how I knew. I said, you know what? Montrez is going to keep it real. He's going to say exactly what he's thinking. He's going to tell it like it is off the break. Now, fast forward to then a part of this week's updates, the loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Not a good game. Definitely not a good game for Brad. Montrez is feeling some type of way about his performance. And then we all saw this here in this dialogue between Montrez. Well, Montrez made a post or a tweet, if you will. Unacceptable on all levels. Trez got to be better, a lot better. Simple as that. And you know when somebody starts talking about themselves in third person, they serious, right? So then Brad retweets, he quote tweets it, starting with me, fam, we good. And then Montrez comes back even again, it says, for sure, killer, just I'm my own biggest critic, can't let us down in the energy department, no nice, so that's on me. We'll be better, lead dog. Listen, I said, you know what? Here's why I'm so appreciative of that. Accountability. I oftentimes, because I've seen this too, because we're going to get to Brad in a moment. We're absolutely going to get to Brad for certain. Okay. I wanted to address this because all too often I've seen people say, well, you know, it's the beginning of the season, and it is. It's absolutely the beginning of the season, and it is early, right? But I've also seen folks cutting Brad a bit of slack because it's so early in the season. So what I appreciated about Montrez being so open and loud about what was going on with him, it was exactly this, what Lawrence Bullard says, accountability. So I'm like, yeah, it's about time somebody said something in the accountability department. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason at all to just ignore the fact that you didn't have a good game. Hey, listen, I can appreciate that off the break. I seriously can, because that's something that you don't hear and don't see too often around here. Even if it was the 3rd, 4th, 5th game of the season, does not matter. If he feels as though he needed to play better, I'm with him, because you did. And it doesn't matter if it's game 3, 33, 63. If you expect better of yourself, go ahead and say that you expect better and move accordingly. Doesn't matter how early it is in the season, how late, have that mentality off the gate. I appreciate that. Now, let's go ahead and get to Brad. Now, I understand. I think Brad is doing better tonight. As far as I'm concerned, right here at this moment, I think he has like 11 points in the game. That's good. That's decent. I want to know you all's thoughts on how Brad is playing right now and just what's going on. I'm going to tell you flat out. The years of playing under Scott Brooks, I think is what we're seeing. I think that's what's happening right now. All of the non-accountability, unable to perfect your craft and get it right and really be solid and make better decisions. You can't just shoot anything just to be shooting. And that's what we're seeing Brad do. Now, I do want to play this clip from one of the pressers. I believe this was after the Celtics game, where David Aldridge asked Coach Unseld a question about Brad. Because here's the reality. Brad is having a bad game, at least the game against the Celtics, and the team still won. That's encouraging. It's absolutely encouraging. But check out this clip here.
I wonder how encouraging it is to win a game on the road when Brad has as tough a night shooting as he did tonight.
It's very encouraging. We've seen it, even when he missed the game the other night. We have enough depth, versatility to, withstand some of that. No one wants him not to play or not to play well, but it's encouraging to see that, we're able to hold our own even when our best player is not, probably playing to his best as of yet. I think he'll get his rhythm. So when that happens, it'll be good for us.
And I agree. It will be good for the team. I'm absolutely waiting for that to happen. It's early. It's early. But the fact that Brad isn't playing his best, and the team right now is sitting at 3-1, it's good. I'm okay with this. I mean, you used to losing, so it's like kind of, it's cool. I have nothing to complain about at this time. But I can complain about Brad. And when you are expecting more out of the leader, you got to be the leader. So we shall see how this continues to play out. I think everybody the team included, is wanting Brad to play better, but they're also acknowledging. Here's one thing that I can appreciate about the team is that they can acknowledge my brother is not having a good game. He's not having a good night. He's off. So we're going to pick up the slack. They're not quiet about that, but they're not mean about it or anything, but they're not quiet about it either. So exactly to Lawrence Billard's point, I want to put that up there because it's very important. Everyone can score, but Brad has to adjust. He does. It's abundantly clear. This is an adjustment for him. I think he's happy with it, right? Because everyone can score. I think that's good. I think he's happy with that. But he's got to make some better decisions. I was like, dang, is Scott? He's still in Scott Brooks mode. I think Coach Untitled will help him out in that area. He's probably already sensing exactly what we're talking about, and things can get better. I'm going to be hopeful. I think he's absolutely going to get better and it's going to be fine. So remains to be seen. The game is on right now. What is it? 49-38 Washington. So we'll see. We'll see. Still early. If you are going to the game this weekend, the Wizards will be seeing the Celtics again on Saturday. The organization is giving out 5,000 hats. They're doing a giveaway, 5,000 hats to fans before the team takes on the Celtics. So these are the first of the DMV series. So stay tuned for 2 more throughout the season is what they have shared. Now, Washington football fans, where are you? Check on in, Washington football fans. Why do I always feel like I have to change my seat, like fix my seat when I talk about the Washington football team? You know what's funny? I don't really think I had much to say about the Washington football team. I had to laugh at myself. That was you all watching me laugh right at myself on camera. So let's start with the injury report, why don't we? Washington football team fans. So today, who did not practice? Diami Brown dealing with the knee injury, has not practiced all week. Sam Cosmi dealing with the ankle injury. Curtis Samuel, the growing injury is live and well in here. And I told you all, I think a few weeks ago, I will be so happy when they just say he's hurt. He's hurt. Because that's obviously what's happening here. Antonio Gibson with his shin issues, he was limited. William Jackson limited as well. Brandon Sheriff, Wes Schweitzer, Cam Sims, all limited. Danny Johnson, Terry McLaurin, Ricky Seals-Jones, and Jace. They had full practices, but they've been dealing with some lingering injuries here and there. But of note, from the Broncos, Von Miller is dealing with an ankle injury and he did not practice. I think that is of note there. This is a game this week that I feel like the team could win. I felt like the team could. I always felt as if the team could win this game. Right? They can definitely beat the Denver Broncos, in my opinion. Will they? We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I think that they can. I think they're absolutely equipped now to beat the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos wide receiver Jerry Judy is back this week. And I said, it seems like when players want to kind of test the waters a bit with an injury, they seem to always make their appearance on the Washington football team. Is it me or is that a fact? I'm like, why do they always come back on the Washington football team? And I'm going to look ahead a bit because I think they're even projecting Russell Wilson to come back on Monday Night Football against the Washington football team. So, I mean, hey, is what that is. So it's a winnable game. It would be nice for the team to win this game going into the bye. I think that's what the team is going to need going into the bye for certain. Now, earlier this week in a press conference, Coach Rivera talked a bit more about expectations and where he thinks the team is right now in terms of looking ahead to the rest of the season. Check out this clip.
And then we touched on a little bit after the game, you feeling that, like the team shows progress. Last year at this time, you still had the division to dangle in front of them. That's obviously not there right now because of Dallas. But what do you make of I guess, the rest of the way and how you motivate the team and what's in front of them?
Well, what's in front of them is we still have 10 games left to play, obviously. And anything can happen if you take them one at a time. And again, what I'm hoping for and looking for is for us to start playing consistent football. Better football. I get it. I know the expectations were high coming into this year. And the truth of the matter is we haven't lived up to those. The thing that we have to do more than anything else is continue to work hard, continue to prepare, and take it one game at a time, focus in on that one game, and quite honestly, win.
I can agree with that, Ron, in terms of you got to win. It's still this thing about the expectations continuing to come up, and the expectations, they haven't lived up to them. And I consistently go back to saying, and even for myself now I have to admit, now, yes, for the defense, the defensive line for certain definitely thought that they would be performing better than what they have. We definitely saw what the defensive line is capable of against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. But when you're playing in Aaron Rodgers, none of that stuff matters if your defensive scheme isn't up to par. And just none of it matters. None of it matters to most teams, though. But when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, but still, you all know I've not been the biggest Jack Del Rio fan since last year, week 2, against the Cardinals. But the conversation about the expectations and not living up to them, I still think folks are really shocked by the record and the way that the team is performing and how they're ranked. And I took some time to go back through some of those games last season. And honestly, you all, I'm going to say it and continue to say it, is really not that much different. Here's one thing that I noticed, though. I mean, we've already discussed the fact that the team was able to maximize opportunities because the opponent was dealing with so many injuries on their offensive side of the football. And I agree with that. That's absolutely the case, and that's true. But here's another thing that I'm noticing about this team, and I want to share it with you all. Seems like they need something to play for. You would think winning is enough. right? You would think that winning is just, I just want to win. But I don't know if they're being told Super Bowl or bust, or winning the division is enough. Because see, if it's winning the division is enough, then that's losing. That's not the attitude that you want to have. You want to have Super Bowl or bust. Super Bowl or your job depends on it kind of look and feel. Last year, the team started the season with Coach Rivera having to share with his team that he had cancer, right? Then with the cancer battle, you have, I'm going to bring them up because y'all know I had to find an opportunity and a way to bring this up. And that is Alex Smith. Somebody out here with one leg essentially is out here leading this team down the field. How is all this happening? Got a coach with cancer, got a quarterback with one leg, and how are we able to do all of this? Seems like they need something tangible that's not just the Lombardi Trophy to really get them going. What's that thing? What is that power? What is that thing other than the Lombardi Trophy that will have them to come together and say, we can do this? Because some of the games, they look the same, even with different players. And that's a problem for me on defense for certain. Now, we've continued to talk about, and I see a question in the chat around quarterback. Listen, I will continue to say it all the time. Until you have a consistent quarterback, look at all the Super Bowl teams. They all have what? A consistent quarterback. There is never a question on who the quarterback is. You know who the quarterback is. All the playoff teams. You never have to say, well, wonder who's quarterbacking, for the New Orleans Saints. You always knew it was Drew Brees. When Tom Brady was with the New England Patriots, you never said, well, wonder who's going to be the quarterback come week 10, because you never know that team. No way. It was always Tom Brady. Even with right now, with the struggles you see Patrick Mahomes having this season with the Kansas City Chiefs, there's never a question. And of course, with the contract he has now, that he is absolutely the quarterback. I said all that to say they got to figure that out. It's a lot of conversation around Deshaun Watson and whether or not he's going to be up for grabs and whether or not teams should really take a hard look at Deshaun. Remains to be seen. We'll continue to talk about it. But while we are talking about it and thinking about it really, really quick, you all drop your bold predictions for this week's game against the Denver Broncos. This is a big game. I feel like every game is a big game for the Washington football team. What I want to say is they can absolutely not go into the bye with another loss. That would be potentially detrimental to the team. Absolutely detrimental. So as they're coming in, I see defense gets a defensive touchdown. They need to. They absolutely need to. Absolutely need to. Perhaps the kicker has better showing. Perhaps the offense can get going and get some things up on the board. We'll have to see. We will have to see. More to come and more to be seen, you guys. Hopefully, when we chat again, it won't be sad going into the bye. At least want to have good feelings going into the bye week, because when they get back, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champions, will be over in Landover. So we want to have be as positive as we possibly can before that game. You all, we have come to a close of another edition of Coaching from the Couch, the DC Sports Weekly edition. As always, just love talking sports with you all. Make sure you are sharing this show with your DC Sports loving family and friends, and we will see you all next time.
You're not on the field, court, or ice. You're on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make them mad, man. CWall and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.